Hello guys, today I will be covering some of the Zen Framework 2 view helpers. So let's start everything from scratch. I want to show everything from scratch. Our ingredients, GitHub, Codenvy, Codenvy. Some people call it Codenvy. Our development server, phpcloud. Hopefully today it's gonna work. We'll see that very shortly. Eventually appfoc. We don't actually need but I want to show it to you. So GitHub is our public repository. Where our public repository is, I will sign in with my account and I'm gonna use the OpenID to log into my IDE, Integrate Development Environment. phpcloud is my development server and application phoc is my deployment server, which we don't need right now. Another thing which I want to show you is framework Zunct. Here it is. Learn. What can you read about these view helpers, which we will be discovering today? Zen view, and I'm gonna look at the view helpers, and in particular the placeholder view helpers. It's a group of view helpers. Partial help. Okay, so let's search for doc type, for example. Here we go. Concrete placeholder implementations. Let me start my zoom it so I can show you everything. I can point on this computer. This is how my folder looks. Okay, here we go. We'll be covering doc type, discovering rather, head link, head meta, script, style, title, inline script. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eventually. Okay, now let's start by signing in to GitHub. I'm gonna use one of my accounts. I prefer to show you everything from scratch, not to make the movie too short. I personally find this easier. Okay, I have a clone of FMI project, our common project which we are working on since the beginning of the lections. FMI. Right now I can log in using the GitHub, connecting with GitHub. Okay, the most important, phpcloud is beta, and I want to show you everything here if it works today. The reason why I didn't do lessons the last 2 weeks, one of the reason was that the phpcloud didn't work, but it's beta, so hopefully it will get better. Okay, typing my password. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, it loads. Perfect. Great, great, great. So last week we were working again on our FMI project. I have other projects as well here in my IDE, Cloud IDE, Codenvy. And just to help you recall, we have created one layout for our project FMI. Here we go. FMI student. This is my module, and for the action change I'm using this layout, and this comes from my view script. Eventually, when it gets loaded in my Codenvy, I'm gonna show you that. Okay, I hope that today Codenvy will work. phpcloud, thank you God, works. Okay, come on. Loading projects. Still waiting for the project to load. Probably I can pause and resume when the project is loaded. Ah, here we go. I don't have to pause. Okay, let me show you and help you to recall. In the module we have created, we had actually a module called FMI student. What we did is we created a folder in the view folder, layout, and we just copy the HTML from free CSS templates, free web designs, web templates. Okay, I have chosen one of those. For example, of course I have chosen another one, not this one. Okay, and I show it to you how to do that. Now we will improve our template. Let me show you also where the assets for this template are. They are in public in the same folder, the folder with the same name, FMI student, so as CSS images, and we don't have a JavaScript. So right now, as I said, let's improve this layout. What we want to do actually is we want to be able to change the title. We want to change this meta tags. We want to change eventually the CSS directly from our action. Let me show you the action. Source, FMI student. Here we go. Here it is, the change action. And these things we can do from the view script of this action, change action. Let's assume that we want to change the CSS, for example, from here. In this tutorial I just will show you how to load the same CSS, the same title, so actually our layout, our action will look the same. Okay, so where was that? Here we go. So we will be changing some things in the template, and our goal will be nothing to change here. But what stays under the hood is that actually the CSS, the title, everything comes from our action script, which means that it's controllable. We can change it. We can change a different layout. We can not different layout, but different CSS. We can load JavaScript, whatever, and this can be done on runtime dynamically from our application. Okay, let's start doing that. What actually forgot to do is log in to my Gmail. and show you the mind map. Okay, so now wait a second. Hopefully that works. Yeah, here we go. Practical web application development. Now I'm going to show you in the mind map where we are, and we will continue from there. So you can copy the code directly from the mind map or modify it. Here we go. You can find the public address of the mind map, which I'm using for these tutorials, under the movie. Just click on it and you'll get to the public address of this mind map. You can see everything. You can expand the branches and copy the text. Okay, so let's start with the doc type. Let's look at our doc type here and change it. So we will be generating this dynamically. We won't have this hard-coded here in our template, in our layout. All I have to do is just copy and paste this instead of having hard-coded doc type. And now the doc type can come from the configuration, and I'm going to show you that. Let me show you in the application what do we have here in the config module. Look, doc type HTML5. I think it's too late right now to show you that, but let me try. Control U. Look the doc type now. It's that long. Right now we said that we want to have as a doc type HTML5, which is going to be much shorter. And as you can see, it's not hard-coded anymore in our layout. Here we go. Actually, let me first work, and after that we will do git add, git commit, and git push to phpcloud to see everything at once. Okay, so doc type also can come, as I said, from the view script, and this is what I'm gonna do exactly in this tutorial. I'm gonna change the doc type here in my view script. See, what I'm gonna do is just go to my view script, and I'm gonna type it right now. PHP, and of course here I just have to say this, because the keyword this actually, with the keyword this, I can access the view helper doc type, and I'm gonna say here HTML5. I also will show you in the documentation where you can see that. Here we go, together with the examples. So this is what we are discovering now, how doc type works. Okay, so two things. First, we change the layout, and second, we set the value in our view script. Okay. The next view helper. Now let's look at again our layout and see. Now we have here meta. I want to replace all those with something that comes directly from my view script. So here we go. this is how can we do it. Of course, in the layout we just have to echo the head meta. I'm gonna replace all this meta first, of course, just to show you. I'm gonna put here the helper, and after that I will remove all this when I'm sure that the same will be generated by my script. Okay, so let's go here in the view script, copy the text and paste it here. Again, we have to work a little bit here. PHP close PHP. Okay, let's look at now. This is taken directly from the tutorial, from the examples. So content type text char-set UTF-8. Do we need that? Let's look at here. Yes, we have it. Here it is. It's gonna be generated. This tag is gonna be generated automatically. So I'm gonna remove that. I don't need it anymore. So let's look at further. Content language English. Not sure we need that, but I'll keep it. Okay. So now, instead of content type, right now we'll say append I'll check this before I commit. Now let's see how can we do that. Keywords, and the content is empty. Let me actually look at my scripts just to make sure that I'm doing the right things. Okay. Portable Git in my projects. I have one temporary project, FMI, which I'm working on with native applications sometimes. So modules, FMI student. This is the view, FMI student index change. Let me open Notepad++. I'm opening one non-portable version, and here we go. Append name. This is what I wanted to check. Going again to Codenvy, and I will add append name, head meta, append name description. Okay, and as example I'm using here framework PHP productivity, even though we don't have any content here. So I'm gonna remove this. All this will be generated from my view script dynamically at runtime. Okay, let's continue further now. So we have changed the doc type, we have changed the meta. Now let's change the title. Let's control the title from our view script, from our scripts. Let's come here, close that. Let's look at where the title is, and let's see how to use it. The same way, as I said, you always can go to view helpers tutorial here and read how to use it. Codenvy PHP title. Okay. I remember the name of the site, so that's not a problem. The title of the site, so that's not a problem. Now let me copy the title. Actually, I have it here. Here we go. Head title Faux Mocha. So the title will be generated dynamically. Now we have here two CSSs. Let's make sure we'll replace them with something that comes dynamically. Okay. So let's look at again here. Head script, no link. Okay, this is taken directly from the example. And I will keep them until I show you that the URLs will be the same and we will replace them. Okay, so let's go to the view script and see how we are going to generate the links, the CSSs. Okay, so here we go. You will be able to find all these scripts in the phpml repository at GitHub, so you will be able to copy and paste directly. Okay, so now we say this head link. As I said, all these view helpers are concrete implementations of the placeholder. So append style sheet, and we copy the URL of the style sheet from here and paste it here. This way we will be loading a style sheet. Notice only something here. We have to use, for the relative paths, we have to use the base path because we don't know where this application will be used. Maybe will be in a subfolder, so we have to add the base path fmi student style css, and this is our next CSS which should be loaded. So I can freely remove these two links as well. Now this page actually requires only that and it should work, but I want to show you more view helpers, so I will continue a little bit further. Now in the head, actually we could have also script, JavaScript. We can have CSS styles eventually, and we can have anywhere in the page inline script, inline JavaScript. So those are another view helpers which I want to demonstrate, and after that I will do add, commit and push to phpcloud to make sure that everything works, to see actually how everything works. So now you can copy the code here from the mind map. Here we go. Head script helper. This is actually what you have to put in your layout. And in the view scripts you can send something there by saying, for example, head script append file, and you can append a file. Of course you can do the same with JavaScript, directly typing JavaScript, but I'm not gonna show that right now. You can read it in the help. The purpose of this tutorial is just to show you how actually the layout should look like, which gives you the freedom to change the layout dynamically during the runtime. okay, during the execution of the script. Okay, now I'm gonna save that. We have added a head script now. Another thing is probably the style. Eventually you could add style. Okay, so I'll come here, paste the style. Look how our head looks right now. So everything is generated dynamically from the script. The script, the style, the title, everything. So we have a full control. Also the doc type. Okay, and what we have to add to the change phtml, our script. Here we go. Let's say our style is very simple this time. We just say let's assume that we have a class which is called h1, and we say color red. For demonstration purposes, that's enough, I guess. Okay. What else? Now we could have an inline script, and the recommendation of Yahoo to use the inline scripts is usually at the end of the HTML. So here I'll add inline script. Here we go. And how to use it in our view script, again you can see in the mind map. Let's load the same file. Actually, this is a better way to do it, to load the JavaScript at the end when everything else is loaded. This is the recommended way to do it. Just to make sure I'm not making any mistakes, I'm gonna copy all this from something which I prepared in advance. I don't want to waste your time just debugging, so that's why I'm gonna copy and paste that. So let me repeat again. Now we are controlling the doc type. Here we go. In the very beginning of the page, in the layout. Now next thing, we have a control over the keywords and the meta tags, description, content type. After that we add two style sheets. Here we go. We set the title of the page, and we have also inline script, which is at the end. Okay, now everything looks fine. Let's do git add, git commit, git push, and let's make sure that nothing has been changed on the page, but you'll see that actually everything comes right now from the view script, and everything is controllable. So if another action needs, it could load different CSS, it could change the title, it could change everything. Okay, so now let's do git add. I'll change the status, of course. The proper work with Git, it's crucial for this web-based cloud development. So we have to know very well Git. Okay, It's taking a while. I just hope that I didn't make any mistakes. If I did, we'll correct them. But it's a waste of time just to do git add, git commit, and GitHub just to discover that you missed to add a semicolon, for example, at the end of the line. This is very bad. Today I was watching a movie where they show how fast and easy it is to create application in the cloud using Codenvy. Yes, that's true. It takes, for example, for a Java application 2 minutes compared to the regular way with the native application and the development stack. It takes 1-2 hours. Yes, it's very fast, but what about the next steps when you start developing actually the application, and when you have to see if you have made mistakes or not? Then it becomes really slow. As you can see right now, it's taking forever just to add a file to Git, and there is no other way around it. If we want to see what we have done, we either have to push it to our development server to see the results, or we have to deploy to our production server. But deploying to the production server without testing it's not a very good idea. So this actually slows down very much the process, the very slow git add, git commit, and git push. So let's see. Hopefully this will finish soon. I really hope this is gonna finish soon. Adding updates to Git index. Wow. It takes way too long. Echo this inline script. Sorry. And unfortunately the color codes are not properly displayed here, as you can see now. So I have to change the meme type again of this file just to force Codenvy to show me the proper colors here. In any case, as I said, I hope that it's gonna work. Yeah, it took me 1-2 minutes. So the workflow should be changed. Hopefully it's gonna become much better. The workflow should change. You have to work on bigger chunks of code before you send to your development server, which is against my my workflow, because I like to do small changes, try and see if I made a mistake, because if I made a mistake right now, if there is a syntax error, for example, will be very difficult to discover. But we'll see what happens with the cloud IDs. Now refreshing again takes forever. I don't think this should be done automatically at this point, because we have to wait again quite a lot of time. But as I said, I'm optimistic. I'm hoping that it's gonna become much better, much faster. We'll discover better ways to do it, and it's an extremely convenient way, and I think this is the way to go. Everything is in the cloud. You can collaborate very easy. Right now they added new functionality, as you can see, these small icons here. Okay, it's finished now. Let's look at the status. I have changed 2 files, change phtml and fmi student. Okay, module fmi student, blah blah blah. Okay, so everything has been added. Now let's do commit. I will say adding view helpers to the layout. Commit. Okay, we're waiting again for commit to complete, and after that we will be pushing here. Oops, no. Here to phpcloud. Hopefully my session didn't expire on phpcloud. Refreshing, it took forever. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, it's expired, so I have to log in again. This is again very inconvenient way to do it, but this is still beta version, I mean phpcloud. Okay, still works. Thanks God. Okay, so we have a new SHA-1 fingerprint. If I cannot show the Zen Framework 2 ideas and the things I want to show, if it takes too much time on the cloud, I probably will show it with the native development stack. By the native development stack, I understand Apache locally installed, PHP and MySQL, because I want to show you a lot of things. Okay, so now we are ready to go to push remote push to Zend to see if we made any mistakes and if there are errors. Thank you God, at least that goes very fast. Now let's see the application. Let's refresh this page. Okay, so let me see how it looks. Doctype HTML, as you can see, has been changed. Before was much longer. The goal was the page to stay absolutely the same, but everything comes generated from the script. So doctype HTML, as you can see, this is exactly what we want. Doctype HTML5. Okay, so content type, let's see the meta. No? Content type charset UTF-8, meta HTTP. Content language, content English USA. Here we go. It comes from here, from the view script. Is not anymore hard coded in the layout, so any action in our application can change that. Keywords, let's make sure. Framework PHP production, let's see that. Here we go. Keyword, description, framework PHP productivity, title, exactly what we want, and here we go. The two style sheets, and notice this: FMI student has been prefixed with the correct FMI prefix. Notice also how I'm using here base path as a parameter. I'm sending the string which should be prefixed with the base path. Okay, let's look at here. Of course, prototype is not loaded, it's just for the example. Here we go. Now script type JavaScript prototype. Oops, sorry. Let's look at the inline script. Also has been loaded successfully. So that's it for now, folks. Let me make a summary. I just showed to you how in the layout to put a placeholders as a placeholders different view scripts, and how to generate the content here in your view scripts. The view scripts of the actions. Okay. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Bye for now.